Greetings, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Ellen Red. I am an ascension teacher, a spiritual guide, an enlightenment coach, and a twin flame oracle. And I'm coming on today to talk a little bit about the need for the twin flames to heal the lineage in their family line. And I know that sounds like a lot of pressure and a lot of responsibility that you're really not supposed to take in certain ways. But as you're healing your soul body, you're actually going to go through healing ancestral work through your soul body. So twin flames, when they start to get into deeper layers of work, they may go through a lot of inner child healing, and they may go through a lot of other stages of healing in their journey, but they're going to get to a point where they heal actually a lot of stuff on an etheric level in their family lineage. And so it's really important that you understand why that's important to twin flames, or what the purpose of twin flames is. There's many reasons why they're coming on the planet now, and why they're actually joining those that are truly anointed twin flames. The anointed twin flames, as opposed to maybe third dimensional or fifth dimensional twin flames, the anointed ones who have gone into Christos activation in the 15th dimensional reality beyond the time matrix, are very, very advanced souls who are coming onto the earth, much like Jesus and Mary Magdalene, who are anchoring into the earth and bringing in a very much higher state of love onto the earth. That's what they're here to do. They're here to anchor it, not just in a romantic way, but for the whole earth itself. And the reasons why they're twin flames and they're coming together is that they have already graduated through a lot of archetypal soul lessons that they have to go through in the journey of earth life, in the human journey, in the soul journey itself, to be able to embody the kinds of the codes of love that are needed for the higher dimensions where we really originated from. And we can't do that if we're still living in third density consciousness, and we're still playing by third density rules. The rules in the earth plane, the more mortal reality here, is very, very distorted compared to the angelic realms. And twin flames actually have been graduated into the angelic realms, and so they have reached that state of consciousness in themselves where they've actually been able to embody very, very high level states of love, not just for each other. That's the whole point, is that twin flames don't come together because they figured out how to love each other. They come together because they figured out how to love humanity. And that's where a lot of people are getting very screwy about the twin flame journey. Well, they're getting screwy about it in a million different ways. But the truth is that until they truly figure out what the codes of love are, which actually are connected to Gaia or Mother God from the Gnostic teachings essentially descended from the heavens, came into earth and wove herself into the earth, into everything that's on the earth now. And it's the mother principle that is woven into our world, that if we don't figure out how to love each other, then we don't get to go back into those higher dimensions. Well, you're being seen every act, every deed, and I'm not saying this out of a fear-based thing, but I'm saying that God herself, and Father God, Mother God, Father is considered Sky God, and Mother's considered Earth God, is witnessing and participating in every single one of your experiences, because she herself is woven into the fabric of your being and the fabric of every other living being, be it a bee or a blade of grass or a tree. And when you begin to embody those codes and you begin to be able to love in that status, you're going to be able to unite more with your twin flame. Your twin flame cannot be united with you until you guys have truly, truly embodied these codes of love. That's just the truth. I know there's a lot of people out there that think that they're in relationships with twin flames, and if you're happy in your relationship, that's all that matters. But divine twin flames that are paired from the celestial realms they actually they have to go through these other archetypal lessons and embody them in order to unite. It's a very high level of spiritual evolution, and everybody has the potentiality for it. So the souls that are really ready to go into that in this incarnation, they'll come together if they're ready for it spiritually. But again, it comes down to those archetypal lessons and to embodying the codes of love. The Venusians have worked with me a lot on this, and so did Christ and Mary Magdalene when I went through my spiritual awakening over 15 years ago and got paired in the spiritual realms with my twin flame. And we had to heal a lot in order to come into union on earth. And we're still working through a lot of things in our own journey because we're dealing with thousands and thousands of years of trauma to our bodies. We have physical wounding that we have to go through. We have a lot of archons, demonic entities that are literally trying to keep twin flames apart on the earth. And so there's a lot of us that are still battling to make sure that we don't get caught in those traps anymore, or that we're able to bring forth the messages that we were brought into this world to do. So our coming together isn't just about physically holding hands and showing everybody these happy pictures of ourselves. Our coming together had to first start from the higher realms and come down into the earth plane so that we could actually anchor the true fabric of love, the truth of love. Well, the reason why I'm bringing this up today is that I see constantly this belief structure woven into the fabric of the world also that is not pure. It's not the pure truth about distancing, cutting your family out of your life. I see a lot of people who consider themselves to be twin flames, and I know that they're not because I've been shown by the spirit world that they're not, but they're resonating and they're trying to go on that path. And then I see them wanting to cut out their family. And the truth is that cutting out your family is not the right way. Now, having healthy boundaries is, you certainly need to have healthy boundaries, but trying to think that you can cut out a family member from your life and not have them in your world, unless it's an extreme case, and I've talked about this before, if it's an extreme case, then yeah, you need to do that. But in general, that's not the way. In general, we're really here, twin flames are here to help heal the earth and to help heal the unions of all beings, to heal the bridge of love between one and another. It's a bridge and it has to be healed. And yeah, it can't be healed if there's one party that is constantly not trying to work at that. But if you really understand the rules of love, you're able to kind of help heal your family lineage. And that's one of the things that twin flames are on the earth for, is that they're coming in and they're bringing that medicine into the earth, and they're able to start healing bonds in their family lineages. And I know that this is true because when I first came into union with my twin flame over 15 years ago, I wasn't even talking to my family. I wasn't talking to any of them, and I was pretty much alone. And my twin flame and I began to do some healing together, and over time we began to heal so much that we were able to start healing some of the relationships in my own family and his too. So that's the key, is that as you start to really heal your own self and you start to really embody the true codes of love, you're going to be able to etherically, energetically start to heal your family lineage. That doesn't mean that you have to go out and try to make them change who they are, or that you have to force them to believe everything that you believe. That's not really what love is about anyways. Love is about accepting them for who they are and allowing them to go through their own journey and honoring where they're at in their journey. Even if they're not as evolved as you, it's okay. You're still honoring them and where they're at, and you can still love them from that perspective. You don't have to be exactly alike. You don't have to think all the same things. To love somebody, you don't have to. You can just love them and accept that they're where they're at, and that's fine. And you love them for that too. When you understand the mother principle of Mother God, you're going to be able to learn a lot more about the codes of love. And one of the reasons why humanity has struggled so much with that throughout the years is that dark entities and dark forces came in intentionally and stripped the mother principle off of the earth. And that's why you see so much blasphemous writings about Mary Magdalene and the whoredom of women and the degradation of women and women being oppressed and all of these other things that have gone on in the history of humanity has been stripping away the wisdom, the God S wisdom in the mother God principle, which is part of God. God is the masculine and the feminine, not just the masculine. And it's been very contorted throughout history. And because of that, it's caused all of humanity to be out of balance, which also puts the earth out of balance. And so, in order to bring that back into harmony, we first have to do it on a microcosmic level within the individual. You yourself have to become balanced in your masculine and feminine principles, which is what the twin flame is really about. And in order for that balancing to happen, you have to understand what the masculine and feminine principles are. If you don't understand it, how in the world will you ever heal it in your own self, let alone help to heal it in the world? Well, you can't heal that if you're imbalanced within your family dynamics either, because your family dynamics were written for you before you incarnated onto earth, specifically for lessons that your individual soul needed. And so you have to look at your dynamics, and they're all different. But you have to begin to look at that and figure out where is the balancing there that you need to find within your own self so that you can restore your own uh, crystalline blueprint in your soul body so that you can then anchor in your masculine and feminine um, balancing so that you can actually step into your role on earth. You can't step into that role if you're all out of whack. Well, I see this with people all the time. They're angry at men because men did this and that and the other, or they're angry at women because women did this, that, and the other, or they're mad at their mom because their mom did this. Well, if you're mad at all these people, it's because you yourself haven't figured out how to love them and understand why they did what they did. If you don't begin to understand why they did what they did, you really are not healed yet. And because you're not healed yet, you're out of balance. And if you're out of balance, you're not into twin flame union. And so twin flame union really does require that you begin to heal your relationships with people. That doesn't mean that you have to become best friends with your dad who molested you. If that's the case, then that's, you cannot, put yourself there. That's fine, but you do need to heal it within yourself and get to a point where you make peace on a soul level, a quantum soul level of why that experience happened in your life and what it taught you and how it shaped your soul so that you can make peace with who you are and what your story is. If you don't begin to do that, you're not going to come into union with your twin flame, your celestial twin flame partner, because they are observing your evolution as a soul from a higher place. The twin flames and their monad soul exist in a much higher plane than on earth alone. And that's beyond the time matrix. That's in the God worlds. That's where the Godhead is. And until the twin flames, until the soul itself has gone through all of its stages of evolution and reached a true place, we call this we call this throne work. So until you've done your throne work, you will not be able to sit in the seat of the soul. You will not be able to truly embrace your counterpart, your divine lover from the heavens, and you will not be able to live really harmoniously on the earth either. And that's one of the reasons why twin flames come in, is that once we've graduated all that, we're able to anchor in those codes of love. We're able to help the world see what real love is about. Real love isn't just about the masculine and feminine part of your soul. It's also about love for all beings on earth. You can't get into that harmonious state inside of yourself if you are continuing to judge your mother for your mother's mistakes that she made, or judge your brother for what your brother did wrong. It's not your place to judge either of them. It's your place to try to love them and trust that God has a reason why they're going through what they're going through, and to try to be a loving support in their lives regardless of what they did wrong. People don't do wrong things because they're in a healthy state. They do wrong things or they hurt each other because they're hurting. And until you really start to have that compassion truly for the people in your own family dynamics, you won't be able to get beyond that in your spiritual growth. It has to begin inside of you, because your whole entire family is a part of who you are. There's a reason why you guys came in as a soul group. So the message isn't to cut the family out, and it's not also to sit and tolerate toxic behavior either. It's all about balance and it's all about boundaries, but it certainly is first and foremost about love and compassion for everybody, and being able to have healthy boundaries there, but also to be able to rise above the little part of yourself and love them from the eyes of a parent or a higher perspective, where you can see as a soul what they're going through and why they're going through it. And you can love them and have compassion for them at that point, as opposed to smallness and bickering with each other, and you did this wrong to me, so I don't like you. And this is all very small-mindedness. When you get into the higher self, there's no room for that anymore. You're going to see things from a completely different perspective, and you're going to be able to truly love them because you're going to see what's happening to them from a higher perspective. So the key is, of course, to keep working through that in your own self, and to keep trying to reach for the higher part of you that has the capacity to truly love somebody, even if they did you wrong. There isn't a single person on this planet that isn't going to wrong you at some point in time in some way, and it's not because they mean to. It's just the way that Earth is structured. And sometimes you have to have a little bit of compassion there, even in the midst of it. So I hope that this message resonates. I felt inclined because I made a post about twin flames needing to love their families, and I got a lot of people kind of wanting to get deeper understanding of that. So I was called to make this video for you. If you guys need help in your personal journeys and you're not sure how to get through this, you're more than welcome to schedule a session with me. I do private sessions. And again, this has to do with the alchemy of your soul. And the alchemy of your soul, it's very finite in certain ways. And so you really can't cheat your way out of that. It has to truly be healed on a quantum level. And so that's the work that a lot of beings are doing right now, twin flames especially, and twin flames who have reached that high Christ avatar being or status, which is rare, but the ones that have are really here to help heal the earth. And the reason why is that there's so much smallness going on, bickering and fighting, and people just don't understand this higher picture. And that's why we're here. We're here to anchor that. You can't anchor that and at the same time still be angry at everybody in your family, whoever did you wrong, because you're not helping them and you're not helping yourself and you're not helping the collective if you're still stuck in what everybody did wrong. You can only grow through that when you finally make peace with what it is and you accept that everybody's in different stages, and that's why they're hurting each other. They're in stages of evolution, lower states, because they haven't evolved yet. So they hurt each other when they're not yet in the higher state of consciousness, meaning 12th to 15th dimensional Christed avatar status, which is where enlightenment happens. So the journey for everybody is to work towards that. But in the process of it, you have to also understand that just cutting people out of your life and thinking that you can throw your mom away or throw your dad away or throw your brothers and sisters away is not in alignment with divine truth at all whatsoever. And the only time that we really cut people out and we don't bring them into our world, we still hold space and love them on an etheric level, but you can cut people out if they're very, very, very highly toxic and everything they do threatens your livelihood. Yes, you need to. But anything other than that, when it's, just bickering or fighting or not having the same personalities, you're not supposed to have the same personalities. You understand? You can't expect everybody. That's not the point of love, that everybody's in a robotic system where everybody has to act and behave the same way. That's not what love is either. So I hope that this resonates for who it reaches, and I will see you guys on the next one. Namaste.